Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back! Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Peace! Peekaboo, I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2021, the album. Woo! Dad. AF. Rock on, gold dust woman. Peace! Oh, it feels good to be back in this chair, flipping my fan. All that. Putting on some lip gloss. I can't find, oh, here is my Lunar Beauty lip gloss. I was like, I cannot find, it was in the crack of my chair. Good thing it wasn't in the crack. Oh, family friendly. It's good to be back in this chair talking about some kind of, just regular drama over here. Before I get into this video, though, you know the drill. I want to say a very, very special thank you to adamandeve.com. Yes, adamandeve.com for sponsoring yet another video over on my channel. I absolutely love working with adamandeve.com. I purchase their products. Friends of mine, friends of mine that are couples have purchased their products. And so, listen, so many of you have reached out to me and said that you guys have used my code. I really, really, really appreciate it. If you use my code Peter, now I always say, okay, on my videos, well, not always, but most times I say, it's a good thing that my name isn't Richard. Because if my name was Richard, my code would be Dick for adamandeve.com. So when I received this fan in the mail, okay, that says dreaming about Dick, I had to use this fan for this video. So anyway, with my code Peter, you get 50% off your first item, plus free shipping and handling, which means if you buy something for $5, it's only $2.50. That's basically just a little bit more than you would spend at the Dollar General. I mean, you find different things at adamandeve.com, but they bring you more pleasure. So go over to adamandeve.com, use my code Peter. They have a 90-day hassle-free policy, so you can send things back if you don't like what you got, or you don't want it anymore, or it's the wrong size, or whatever, okay? And you can, they also have 24-hour customer service, so if you have some issue, you can call them and they will answer their phones. Hello, adamandeve.com, here for you. 24 hours a day, plus, ooh, it just bit the other side of my mouth. God, it's not a good day. Plus 20% of all of their proceeds go to the prevention of HIV and AIDS around the world, which I just think is fantastic. So please, please, please go use my code. I don't care if you just buy something that's $1, okay? Then you get it for 50 cents. And then it truly, plus free shipping and handling, which means it really is cheaper than the dollar store. So anyway, go use my code Peter. If you want to let me know that you use the code, thank you. I appreciate it. So many of you like DM me and say, hey, like, you know, my husband and I, or my boyfriend and I, we bought something with your code. A lot of you comment underneath the videos. I appreciate that too. It just means a lot to me that you're using the code, because I know it makes you happy, which makes me happy, which makes Adam and Eve happy. Then we're all happy. Adam and Eve aims to please. All right, so let's get into today's video. Woo! That was a lot, wasn't it? I miss being in this, well, I mean, I've been in this chair, but I miss being like flipping fans and all kinds of stuff and just, you know, having fun and ha-ha and all that kind of stuff. I was going to sing a different song. I was going to sing, you know, Grapevine, the song, I heard it through the grapevine. You know that song? The reason why was because I was in my car, okay, and I was driving home. And I had a dance mix. Okay, let's see. Here, I'll pull it up really quick. I had a dance mix. Okay, not Luke Bryan, Drunk on You, although I do love that song. Grapevine by Travis Emmons and Brett Rubin and William Trice. And it's a remix, okay? And I love it. They play it on Sirius 53, which is like lounge, chill. And I love that song so much. And so I was like jamming out in my car. I was like, grapevine, grapevine, and all this kind of stuff. And I look over at this bitter Betty next to me. True story. She is staring a hole through me. And I was like, and usually when I'm like dancing and happy and I look at people in the cars next to me, do you sing and dance in your car? I do, okay? Usually people are like, hey, how are you? You know, like they get excited about it. She looked over at me, true story, and she went like this. She shook her head and she turned straight forward and she rolled up. She wouldn't even look at me. She rolled up her window, just shaking her head. Bitter Betty of the world. I was like, my Lord. I'm just trying to cheer up the world with my music. One song at a time, you know. So anyway, oh Lord. So, what should we talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about two of my favorite people to talk about over here, Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson, okay? Now, I have to tell you, true story, okay? Not so much the second half of the video, but the first half of this video is truly, true story, truly. I'm looking at my battery right now, and I'm like, is that the halfway mark? I'm like, please make it through the video. But anyway, this is a video that I truly never, and don't call, well, I said truly, not Shirley. Shirley, don't call me Shirley. But I truly never thought that I was going to ever make this video, okay? So, let me tell you what happened. First of all, let me grab my books from the library. No, these are not library books. Okay. First of all, we have The 100 Dresses right here by Eleanor Estes. Now, this is one of my favorite books of life, okay? So, let's read about this right here. Hold on a second. Wanda hesitated a moment, and then she repeated her words firmly. I got 100 dresses home. I mean, Gabby, this is about Gabby Hanna right here, The 100 Dresses. That's what I thought you said, 100 dresses. 100? Peggy's voice raised itself higher and higher. Hey, kids, she yelled, this girl's got 100 dresses. I love this book so much. Silence greeted this, and the crowd, which had centered around Cecil and her new finery, now centered curiously around Gabby and Peggy. The girls eyed Wanda. I can't keep the name straight. Gabby, okay? At first incredulously, then suspiciously. 100 dresses, they said. Nobody can have 100 dresses. I have, though, Gabby said. Gabby has 100 dresses. Where are they, then? In my closet. Oh, you don't wear them to school? You don't wear them for your videos, Gabby? Okay. No, they're all for parties. Oh, you mean you don't have any everyday dresses? Yes, I have all kinds of dresses, she said. Why don't you wear them to school then, or in your YouTube videos, or on your podcasts, or doing art, or on your Instagram stories? For a moment, Gabby was silent to this. Hard to imagine that. Her lips drew together, then she repeatedly, stolidly, as though it were a lesson learned in school. 100 of them, all lined up in my closet. I love that story, Gabby Hanna. It makes me so happy, you know? I'm happy that Gabby Hanna has found her truth once again. That didn't seem to be the book that I was looking for. Right here, Summer. This is one of my favorite books. I read that on my BookTube channel. Oh no, my Peter Does Stuff channel. I read it over there not too long. Well, that does bring me to two of my favorite books ever, okay? The Lonely Doll and The Lonely Doll Learns a Lesson. The memoir of Jeffree Star, Part 1 and 2. Okay. Now, recently I have been reading from The Lonely Doll Learns a Lesson, but I think Jeffree Star has learned his lesson for a while. So we will go back to The Lonely Doll, okay? And this is one of the most fantastic. Now, you can see Jeffree Star's got a real nice wig on right here. I think it's probably styled by Jay, and beautiful couture outfit, probably from Louis Vuitton, and all this kind of, but it looks very lonely. Very lonely. Okay, by the way, this is called Shade, okay? So anyway, there's my name right there written in the book. My mom read it, so nobody would steal my book. Okay, so here it is, The Lonely Doll. Okay, there she is, all the way out there in Wyoming, all by herself. Okay. Now listen closely, because the story has changed a little bit. There's been some rewrites that have occurred, okay? Once there was a lonely doll. His name was Jeffree Star. He lived in a nice house and had everything he needed, all the Louis Vuitton and the vaults and the couture that he would ever want to play with, but he was very lonely. He had blocked everybody that he knew, so he didn't have any friends anymore except for people that he paid. And every night when he said his prayers to Satan, he pleaded, please send me some friends. But nobody came day after day. Every morning when he drank his Red Bulls all by himself, he sighed and wished for company. One day he said to himself, I must start unblocking people or I will never have any friends in my life. The next day he was looking through his 1,246,320. You guys, I literally have written words in here. Like translating the book into Jeffree Star. One day he was looking through his 892,364 blocked people on Twitter, and he saw that Peter Monn profile stuck out. He said, oh, that Peter Monn, what's he been up to lately? Is he still talking about me? Well, of course. So anyway, he decided, I think I'll unblock Peter Monn, and he did. And I about fell out. When I saw it, I could not believe it. Okay, now I don't know if this is the team of Jeffree Star or if this is Jeffree Star or what is going on, but I have to tell you, whoo! Lord, let me tell you something, okay? Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. You like Janis Joplin? Oh, tragic, isn't it? Okay, so anyway, I tell you, I don't know exactly, I should have at the moment like made sure what I was doing, right? So that I could like document this momentous event in YouTube history. Because you know Jeffree Star is the most bothered person in the world, which is why he sits there on his phone and he goes like this, block, 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 block. He types faster blocking people on Twitter than Gabby Hanna does in a live stream. So anyway, I'm sitting there. I know somebody just said dead. I know that was a good line, wasn't it? I thought that was kind of funny too. And I just came up with it right off the spot. See, I should do live shows. They're begging. The people are begging for it. Begging. They're pulling my hair out like Loretta Lynn and Coal Miner's Star. That was my hair. But anyway, I was looking at something on the Twitter and somebody had tagged Jeffree Star in it, right? Which happens a lot. Now, usually I have to go into my side account. Now, if you don't know what a side account is, okay, it's what some people refer to as like sock accounts, but I don't really consider it a sock account because I don't ever use it for anything. I don't say nothing on it. It's like a ghost town over there, okay? The only reason I use it is to check in on these people that have blocked me like Jeffree Star, right? If I got to make a video about them, then I can go into the side account. So I was like, oh, here it is. I'm going to have to go into the side account and see what Jeffree Star's up to or whatever, right? So I go over to this tweet to see what the person is saying, and I'm like, how am I able to see all this? And I hit Jeffree Star's button, and poof, right like that. I was like, I cannot believe this. Now, I will tell you, Jeffree Star has stopped following anybody on Twitter, but that's been for a while now. That's been a long time that he's been doing that. So I'm looking at this, and I'm like, is this for real? Did Jeffree, now, because y'all know, okay, now I know people are like, oh, it's his team, it's his team. I don't buy that team crap. Y'all see him sitting around. He ain't got a team of people blocking people on Twitter, okay? It's him and 2 or 3 friends at this point, maybe an assistant, okay? So Jeffree Star goes in and he blocks people, okay? You say something he doesn't like, he blocks you like that. I'll probably get blocked again, which will be hilarious, and then I'll make a video and go, Jeffree Star blocked me again. It's so humorous to me at this point. It's just hilarious. So anyway, I go in it and I'm like, this is crazy. So let me just tell you, back in the day, Jeffree Star blocked me on Twitter and Instagram, like on the same day, okay? Like went in and like all of a sudden I was like, oh, I can't follow Jeffree Star anymore. And I can't follow him on Instagram either. And I was like, where is he? I can't find him, you know? Have to go into my side account on Instagram too. So I'm like, okay, this is crazy. Now he does still have me blocked on the Instagram. So I don't know like what the Twitter thing is about. I can't figure it out to save my life. I don't know. Is he thinking about moving to Indiana? Please don't. Please don't. Okay, we don't need you here, okay? Wyoming, you can just stay out there, Jeffree, okay? So anyway, I got asked some real good questions about Jeffree Star. I'm doing a Q&A on my Instagram. So anyway, Unpopular Opinions Q&A, and I got some real good questions about Jeffree Star. But anyway, I was like just blown away. I was like, I could not believe that Jeffree Star unblocked me. He went in there and unblocked me. I'm like, okay, this is hilarious. So anyway, I've been unblocked by Jeffree Star. Well, I mean, it's probably the greatest honor that I've ever received, except for not being invited to the Met Gala. Next! Okay, let's talk about Shane. What a mess this year, wasn't it? I mean, there was a couple outfits that I should probably save this for my Q&A because I did get asked about that. There were a couple outfits that I really was inspired by, and I liked the story behind them and things like that. And but there were other things that, did you see Nikki Tutorials? I mean, fantastic, right? Just absolutely amazing. And I love the message behind her dress, you know, and that it was from Marsha P. Johnson. And it's just fantastic. It's just absolutely fantastic. So there were a lot of those kind of stories that I really, really liked. But no, I didn't get invited to the Met Gala. Did you think I would? I would be cute at the Met Gala, though. I would show up with my dogs, Boo and Tucker. Of course, with my husband, too. But I would show up with Boo and Tucker. They wouldn't know what to do, though. They'd say, are there treats here? Are we having treats? Is that what the Met Gala is for? Anyway, but they should have a Met Gala just for dogs, shouldn't they? Oh, my God, I would love that. Okay. So anyway, okay, let's get into the next drama. The next drama is from Shane Dawson's Instagram story. Now, I noticed, hold on, let me get past these pictures of Jeffree Star and all this kind of stuff. Okay, I noticed that Shane Dawson on his Instagram story, now I've got to screenshot this or I'll forget it. Oh, hold on a second. I already had it screenshotted. Okay, he put this picture up on his Instagram story and it says, joining the SIP official for a spooky episode. Okay, so that's the first one. Now, I haven't gone to look at the SIP recently. But I did go look today to just see how they're doing. They're doing rather well. They're at 168,000 subscribers, and they're getting pretty much the same amount of views on every video. Anywhere between, like, let's say 80,000 and 130,000. It seems like it's kind of their average. They did one called First Podcast in Our New House. It got really good views, 156,000 views. But interestingly enough, they have one called Our New House is Haunted. Yeah, I cannot imagine living the life of Shane Dawson for many reasons, but for the fact that, like, I mean, he ought to start a ghost hunting channel. And I know he did his conspiracy channel, but my God, the man can't go in a telephone booth without it being haunted. I mean, seriously, everywhere he goes is haunted, you know? By the way, I'm going to Las Vegas, Nevada for a couples trip, and we're going to Zach Bagans' museum. I am so excited, but I'm kind of scared too. I do in my kitchen, because I've done some ghost adventures before, you know? I have my cross, my St. Christopher medal, and I have black tourmaline. I think that, and my smudge spray, okay? But I don't want to take that out to Las Vegas because it stinks. So I do think that I am prepared to go see the Devil's Chair, which was in Conjuring 3. I'm very scared about that. But anyway, I'm like, how far can you push this storyline that literally, and I haven't watched the story, so maybe it's a joke, I don't know. But just seeing it there, I was like, how can you push this story that, like, literally, like, every shoe that you own is haunted and everything like that, okay? It's just not that deep. Not every place is haunted. So anyway, there's that. And so I was like, okay, well, this is going to be interesting. So Shane Dawson put this up on his Instagram story and said that hold on a second, now I got to get back to this. Cannot get into my pictures. Where is it at? Okay. Here it is. So Shane Dawson put this up and said, joining the SIP official for a spooky episode, and took a picture of him sitting there and whatever. Then the next picture says the spooky cameraman and tagged him in it. Okay, so there's Chris. He kind of looks like my brother-in-law Fufu a little bit. He kind of looks like my brother-in-law Fufu a lot. Anyway, so he said the spooky cameraman and then tagged him in it. So they're obviously filming the podcast for the SIP on this. And then he put my spooky knick-knack, and then, of course, because he always has to do something funny, haha, and relatable, and all this kind of stuff. Well, after I saw this, I have to tell you that I received a message from Malcolm at It's Malcolm, which is a fellow drama channel. I will link his channel below. And I saw this afterwards, and so I was like, oh, this is interesting. He said, hello, Peter. I haven't asked him if I can read this. I'll ask him afterwards. I'm sure he won't care. He said, I hope this message reaches you in peace. I just so happened to be catching up on Instagram and noticed this post from Shane Dawson's story. I noticed he's going to actually be on camera for a full video this time, but on the SIP podcast channel. He said, at this point, I'm very confused as to why Shane just doesn't post on either of his channels. And it goes on and he says some other things. So thank you, Malcolm, for that. You know, it's interesting to me, too. I don't understand why Shane won't just post on one of his 6 channels now. I mean, I have 6 channels, too, so there's no shame in the game. But I don't understand it either. I don't understand why Shane Dawson won't post on one of his channels. He has no problem posting on his community tabs. He has posted on the Shane Glosson community tab. He has posted on, I think, the Shane Dawson community tab, like vlogs of Ryland's and things like that. He's been in Ryland's vlogs at this point. So I'm kind of like wondering, like, what is keeping him from coming back? And you know what's interesting to me about this is, okay, that I have a feeling that Shane is like, he's not willing to just come back with any video, right? Like, he wouldn't just do a video like, let me show you my new house and I missed you guys, right? Like, he's not going to do something like that. And I definitely don't think he's going to do a video addressing things from the past. If he does, he'll work it in. It'll be part of a greater video or something like that. But, like, if he comes back with some kind of, like, project or something that he's been working on, and maybe he hasn't even started filming like that, like I talked about in a previous video. But, like, if he's going to come back with something like that, I mean, I think to some degree, like, the people that still love Shane and follow Shane, they just want Shane back. It's like, we don't need you to come back with some huge project, okay? Like, which is a little bit arrogant thinking anyway, right? Like, just come back on your Shane Glosson channel. Post a 3-minute video over there. You know, of course, then the drama channels will all go crazy and film videos that Shane's really back for real, really this time for real, you know? Oh, the titles of Shane Dawson coming back. I laugh at my own titles of Shane Dawson coming back. How many times can he come back? I don't know. But he keeps on feeding it out. So it is interesting to me that he hasn't come back, you know? And I do think that, to some degree, for Shane to be successful in the future, he is going to have to maybe, and this is just my opinion, okay? It's my opinion! I said on Twitter today, I said my answer for everything from now on is just, it's my opinion, said Tamara from the Real Housewives of Orange County. By the way, if you didn't watch my video with my good Judy Tanya Jean where we talk about the Real Housewives, go check it out. It was from 2 days ago. And if you didn't know, my good Judy Melissa and I are starting a horror movie podcast. It is called the Boogeman Besties. And the socials are linked below, so please go follow us for further announcements. We're already being active over there, and the horror community is being like, listen, okay? They are, I was going to say, those horror people, they're so nice and friendly. They've been so awesome to us so far. So anyway, people have reached out to us and said, congratulations on starting a podcast. We wish you all the podcasters have said that to us. So it's very cool. But, you know, I think to some degree, like, Shane got to a point where he wasn't filming every day, and he developed this solid base of fans, right? Who I think are still the majority of the fans that love him today. Like, they love the conspiracy videos and all that kind of stuff. Then Shane started doing these big series, right? And that's where he garnered much of his audience on a greater level. Well, I think a lot of those people that kind of like swooped in and swooped out, I think they're the ones that have left, right? And I think they're the ones that are just kind of like, I think the majority of the people that have left are from there, right? They're kind of like, we don't really care that deep, and you've been problematic, and we're just not invested anymore, right? Whereas the diehard fans that have been there when he's been posting regularly, I think are the ones that are like wanting something. So yes, Shane can post some big video or some big series and his fans will watch it, and I think other people will too. But I think for him to garner a following again the way that he had it before, he's gonna have to start posting regularly. And I don't know, maybe he's just not ready to do that, you know? I think he got to himself to a point where he was like, I now can just do the big projects that I want to do, and he can continue to do that. But like, do I think that he's gonna get the same sponsorships he got before, or make the same kind of, get the same kind of views he got before? No, I don't. I mean, if you look at Tati Westbrook, James Charles, Jeffree Star, their views, all of them are way down. So do I believe that Shane Dawson's views are going to be down as well when he starts posting regularly again? Yeah, I do. Do I think it's interesting that he's doing this sip thing? Yeah, I think he's slowly trying to see what the response is from people. But unless they are going in and mass deleting comments, I have to tell you, when Shane is in these videos, people seem to really enjoy him being back. So I don't know if the people that are following Ryland's vlogs at this point are just diehard Shane fans and nobody's criticizing it. But like, I mean, you can still go over to James Charles videos and Tati videos and Jeffree Star videos and people are still like really hardcore on them. And that's not really the case on Ryland's vlog. So I don't know, you know, like maybe people at this point are just like the ones that have left and the ones that are remaining are Shane's. And I think maybe he's kind of like looking at all of that and saying, okay, maybe now's the time to come back. There's something in my gut that tells me that he's going to wait until the new year. It's going to be like new year, new me, and he's going to post something at the new year. My gut just, I don't know why, but that's what my gut is telling me. I did do a psychic video a couple years ago. You guys remember that when I did psychic predictions? And literally almost every one of my predictions has come true, which is interesting. I even in there said something about Colleen Ballinger being pregnant again, and I thought it might be twins, or I think I said she was going to get pregnant with twins or something like that. And people have like messaged me and been like, you said this, do you remember? I'm like, I don't even remember what I said in that video. But anyway, interesting. Let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. And don't be a bitter Betty, and use my Adam and Eve code Peter, and go follow the Boogeman Besties on the socials below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.